What is going on, you guys? It's your guy, Senpai Rai, and I thought I'd try something a little bit different today. So, let's converse real quick. Right, Lady Big? I feel that. Let's converse about this being the new installment of a how-to series. A how to play with a specific character type of series where I will go over the appropriate card sets for said character, best potential imprint stones, so on and so forth. And then I will feature that character after I have built them in a PvP scenario. So if any of this is somewhat to moderately interesting to you, please keep watching and enjoy the show. Alrighty everybody, 4-star Lady Big coming right up. So let's dive into her abilities real quick, also talking about suggestions when it comes to different battle cards, and of course, imprint stones. Okay everybody, here is everything you need to know about Lady Big in a very short amount of time. Now, her skill 1 is very nice. It's a slow moving skill that can pick people up from the ground. It is obviously a projectile, and it increases her attack by 38% of her defense stat. Keep that in mind, you guys, and that's for 7 seconds. Now her skill 2 is the one where she barrels across the stage, inflicts venom damage. This one again, it inflicts venom damage, which is poison damage equal to 35% of, again, the defense stat, not the attack stat. 35% of defense every 1 second for 6 seconds, and decreases power charge by 80%. Her skill 2, this one right here. And this is her best skill in the game. Again, her skills are very simple and straightforward. This skill right here is straight up magic, everybody. Her California Romance, which she gains hyper armor for 3 seconds, and as long as her feet are on the ground, she can disrupt getting hit and push forward and hide behind her hyper armor. Now this is a magnificent skill, because also this is her set skill. Now let me explain to you what set skills are. Now if somebody's on the ground, you can use your skill 1 like that, or if they're about to touch the ground where they're above ankle, you could touch them with a skill 2, and that will obviously give them the venom damage, both equivalent to 35% of defense. But this one is a set move. Now, what I mean by that is, as soon as you pop off her skill 3, this one right here again, the one with hyper armor that pushes her forward as long as your feet are on the ground, not only does it disrupt other people's combos or actives in one of the best ways, unless it's obviously a super move, but whenever you start using basic attacks after using this move, once again right here, you will combo all the way through. That's what I mean by it's a set move. Another example would be Saiki's skill 2, the one where he teleports forward and does a super armor flip. If you combo after that one, you will combo all the way through, because once again, it is called a set move. And that will, of course, give your other actives a chance to build up. Now, her Blaster Wave is her first 3-tier regular super. It's similar to the Shermie super with a big ball of electricity coming out, and that's why they have obviously the similarity with the character Lynx. And of course, her 5-tier Rising Spear, it's a nice multi-hitting AoE super, and it does the damn thing. Now, her cores are very, very good. The first one is Fever, and that is a 6 seconds after she gets attacked. She stuns the enemy for 2 seconds. After that, you could close the distance, barrel across the stage, and lead into her skill 2 or skill 3 to close the distance. Just know that whether you're playing as Lady Big, or you're playing against her, count 6 seconds after she first takes damage, because your character will be stunned. And that is a magnificent way to create openings, along with, again, her skill 3. This is fantastic. That's why she will never go out of style, because a hyper armor forward pushing skill, there was a reason this girl costed about $200+ when she first came out. Now anybody can obtain her. Promise you, she's amazing. And also her Fever core, on top of the 6 seconds after she gets attacked, she stuns the enemy for 2 seconds. She also deals damage equal to 50% of her defense stat when she crits. So another bonus off of that one. And finally, her last core that will help her, the Elegant Outfit, decreases enemy power by 1.5% when she is attacked with a 1-second cooldown. So that's very good. So she will be able to just take power away from the opponent. And as you see, I have her at level 32 right now, and level a little bit over 40,000 CP, because the way I have this girl built, she's almost dependent on the Kaya set or the Mr. Big set. And in a lot of my higher level PvP, I did run the Mr. Big set on her more oftentimes than not, because remember, most of her stats are based off of the defense stat. So let's go to the next phase, which is we are going to discuss what some of the best combinations of imprint stones are. Everybody ready? Let's go. Alrighty, everybody, let's speak on the subject of imprint stones. Now, upon awakening your character for the first time using their own memory, you will unlock the circle tier right here. Now, as far as Lady Big's case, 3 particular imprint stones come to mind. And also bear in mind that imprint stone, the skill 1, is unlocked at level 5, and the skill 2 is unlocked at level 7. And you can get up to level 6 with just the common and uncommon hammers. After level 6, that's when you need the rare hammers, so save up those rare hammers. But for the circle tier, for Lady Big, the first stone that comes to mind is the purple imprint stone right here, because this gives a wonderful attack and an HP boost by 2% right here as the first skill. And for the second skill, unlocked at level 7, it recovers HP by 4% upon landing an active skill as a critical hit when her HP is 70% or less with a 15-second cooldown. So very good stone. This will work for the mass majority of characters. This is not a bad choice for Lady Big's circle slot. The other potential is the yellow imprint stone, and the yellow one gives an HP increase by 3% for the first ability, and the second ability removes the enemy's power by 2% upon landing an active skill with a short 3-second cooldown. Now that is somewhat similar to her core, the elegant outfit, which decreases enemies' power by 1.5% when attacked with a 1-second cooldown. And keep in mind that all these stones go up to level 10, and all their base stats increase every level you go up. So very important. Now, the third and final circle potential stone for Lady Big, which is the one that I have already chosen, is the green stone. Now, you already know about how her skill 1, the projectile, increases her attack based off of her defense stat, and her venom skill 2, it is also again based off of her defense stat, and even one of her cores that deals additional 50% of damage is based off of, again, her defense stat. And another interesting fact is that for the circle and square tiers, those have defense, straight up defense tribute boosts. The third tier does not. But all 3 tiers have an attack, an HP, an attack and an HP boost. But the third tier does not have a defense buff boost. So we're going to go with this one. And again, this gives a defense plus 3%, and it increases, let's go down 1, there we go, everybody. And for her tier 2 effect, it increases strike and grab skill damage by 4.5% with a sliding scale the more you increase it all the way up to 10 once again. So she obviously has no grab skills, but her skill 2 and skill 3 are strike skills, so that will be a nice little net boost in damage. So that's the one that I am choosing to go with, but again, other potentials would have been obviously the purple one or the yellow one, but for the circle tier, let's go with the green imprint stone. Alrighty, everybody, after you awaken your character 2 times, the second time requiring a memory of that specific character and 2 matching colored fest memories, you will be able to unlock the square tier. Now, in the square tier, in Lady Big's case, there are 4 out of the 5 stones that come to mind when it comes to actually increasing her capabilities as a fighter and boosting her kit potential. So let's start off with the purple plus imprint stone. Now for the purple plus imprint stone, obviously since she is a tank, you can obviously build her more tanky with more HP, with the first ability increasing it by 3%, and give her a little bit more survivability with a second skill unlocked at level 7, which recovers a 0.5% of her health every 1 second for 7 seconds whenever she uses her awakened skill. So you have to wait up for this one to activate a little bit, and the heal percentage is a little bit on the mediocre side, so I think that we can do better than that. Now the second potential is the one that I used on Lady Zero the other day, and that is the yellow imprint stone. Now this is another generically wonderful stone that is a great one to equip to pretty much anybody. And the first effect, as you see, increases power charge rate by 3%, with it gaining about 1% every time you increase the stone, all the way up to 10 again. So this is a nice one to have. And the second ability gives the player the ability to have a power gain of 1% for every 1 second for 10 seconds upon using an awakened skill. Now all these again will increase in percentage values as you level up the stone. So the yellow stone is a brilliant choice for pretty much any character. And also the blue stone is a wonderful choice as well. Now the blue stone is the generic one that increases attack by 3%, and it also decreases damage received by 8% for 5 seconds upon using an awakened skill. So after you pop the wings out, you will gain an extra 8% damage reduction on top of the 5% damage defense increase that you get from acquiring your wings in the first place. So this is another really good stone for a tank. But we are going to instead choose the green plus imprint stone. Y'all probably already knew I was going to go for the defense stat influence one. By the way, I was talking about how, oh yeah, it's in 2 out of the 3 tiers. Spoiler. And as y'all see, the green imprint stone increases defense by 3%, and it also decreases strike and grab skill damage received by 6% for 10 seconds upon using an awakened skill. So pretty much as long as you can dodge projectiles, you'll get a nice starting out 6% damage reduction whenever you use your awakened skill. So we're going to go with the square green plus imprint stone for the second slot. And again, the purple, the yellow, and the blue all get honorable mentions. It all depends on how you want to build your Lady Big. But again, I'm going to make her be as tanky as possible, put as much straight up defense stat on her as possible, because she has a lot of abilities that are converted off of her defense stat. So again, this is why the Kaya or Mr. Big set is paramount to this build. So let's keep going. After awakening your character for the 3rd time, you can now upgrade your unit and equip the Hexagon tier. Now, in this said tier, for Lady Big specifically, there are 4 potential picks. For the first one, let's go with the purple plus hexagon. For this one, it'll increase her attack by 3% and recovers HP by 0.9% every 1 second for 6 seconds when she gets frozen or petrified with a 10-second cooldown, which is situational, so let's keep moving. Now, the second potential is the green plus hexagon imprint stone, which obviously increases HP by 3%, which is always a nice thing. And the second ability, which increases damage dealt to balance and defense type enemies by 6% for her second ability. And as everybody knows, the mass majority of units that have dropped lately are defense types, so not a bad choice for the green hexagon. Now, the next potential is the blue hexagon, and this is kind of an interesting one because this is like the new Fest set, the Odds of Fun to a lesser degree. What I mean by that is the second skill right here gives a 10% chance to gain super armor for 0.6 seconds when attacked with a 10-second cooldown. At that point, you can fire off different actives and hopefully disrupt the character or hide behind your own super or hyper armor when that activates. Similar to, again, the fast card set, the Odds of Fun. And the first ability that you unlocked decreases strike and blast skill damage received by 5%. So unless you're going against Vice or one of the wrestlers who has a throw ability, it will decrease the enemy's actives by 5% starting off. So let's keep going. That covers 3 out of the 4 potentials. So which one is the breadwinner for the way we're going to build Lady Big for this specific video? I guess I'm going to have to go with the red plus Imprint stone. And what that does, it increases our HP by 3% right there, as you see, which is always good for survivability, obviously. But this second ability is magic. It's like a little miniature version of a cooldown card starting off, and obviously it will get better after you get it closer to level 10 enhancement tier. But what it essentially does, as you see, it decreases active skill cooldowns by half a second whenever you land an active skill on a burned, poisoned, or bleeding enemy with a short 5-second cooldown. And as you see, the poisoned stat effect for 6 seconds after you land Lady Big skill 2 will supplement this effect. So for the hexagon tier, again, let's go with the red plus Imprint stone for Lady Big. And of course, the honorable mentions for the hexagon tier for Lady Big are the purple, green, and blue hexagons. So let's slap these on Lady Big right this very second and see how they operate. Okay, you guys, quick refresher from the Imprint Stone video I dropped the other day. Whenever they have a reset, go into the secret shop, and if you're lucky, you will see both common and or uncommon hammers. Common like this hammer right here. And of course, whenever you click on these, check this out. You could purchase these with gold right there, right here. And that's huge because you can get your Imprint Stones up to level 6 with just the common and uncommon hammers. Now, of course, the rare ones are purchasable with rubies, but stay away from those in the meantime. So, let's keep moving. So, let's equip the stones that we spoke of earlier. Keep in mind that upon running the new team relay dungeon, there's a chance for you to get these specific new circle imprint stones. And as you see, one of them influences bleed and poison damage, and the other one influences shock and chill damage. Kula comes to mind for that one. And again, you can get those from the new Immortal Relay Dungeon. So for the first Imprint Stone, we went with, again, the Green Plus, which gives a defense by 5.8 increase, and an increase to strike and grab skill, mainly just the strike skill, Lady Big's second and third skill, by a nice amount as well. So, for the second tier stone, the square stone, we are also going for a green imprint stone. And check this out, the update still has not happened that they told us about, so once you equip a stone to a character, it is locked onto that said character as of now. And the 3 stones, again, that I spoke of earlier, including this one, the hexagon one, the fire one included, which gives an HP increase by 5.8, and at the next level 7.4, and gives an additional decrease in active skill by half a second whenever I hit a poison enemy with an active skill. And whenever I get to the next level, its efficiency doubles. So for every 5 seconds, it'll take a whole second off of my cooldown. So again, whenever I imprint this stone into Lady Big, it will be locked onto her, specifically to her, until they update the pairing system. So right now she's a 4-star with all of her appropriated stones, all at level 7. Alrighty, let's talk shop on some battle cards. for this beautiful girl. So let's start off with the Ryu Ghost set, because that is a pretty amazing set to begin with. As you see, each card gives an attack bonus by 7 times 3, so that's 21 boost to attack, and the shared effect is it increases HP by 20%, and there's a 10% chance to ignore target's guard upon landing an active skill, and decreases target's attack by 20% for 10 seconds when attacked. And of course, 2 maximal cooldown cards, increasing the HP of the character, and Lady Big has a little bit over 40,000 CP, 24,000 attack. Not a bad set. But again, she creates openings with her Reflect Stun. So let's go to another popular card set that works pretty good on her. It gives her just under 40,000 CP to put the Light and Dark Noah set on her. And as you see, again, each card gives her an attack bonus by 7, so that's 21. And the shared effect increases attack by 10%. So 21 plus 10 is 31% attack, and a 15% chance to gain super armor for 3 seconds when a successful attack happens, with a 10-second cooldown. So I also added 2 defense Kula and K- cards, because again, most of her attacks are based, or boosts are based off of her defense. Now you can also use the Shin set, the Odds of Fun set that just came out, and I also put 2 crit cooldown cards, which will give her just under 40,000 CP, 23,000 attack, 25,000 defense. Now, the Odds of Fun set card are a little bit different than the previous one. The first one gives an attack plus 7%, and that's just one I haven't built for the second set that I just started. The second card gives you a defense plus 7%, and the third one gives you a crit rate boost by 3.5%. Now the shared bonus is interesting. It's like the water hexagon, but better. It increases attack by 7% and increases defense by 7%, and there's a 70% chance to deal additional damage when you hit with a crit, and a 30% chance to gain super armor for 2 seconds when receiving a critical hit with a pretty low cooldown. So this is actually a very good choice as far as survivability, but the way we are building Lady Big is to have as much, or next to as much, defense as possible, and to reverberate that into her attack stats. So we are going to go with either the Kaya or the Mr. Big set. And check this out. For the non-fest set, we almost have 42,000 CP with almost 30,000 attack and over 26,000 defense. Now, each card, went too far into the nest section. Let me back up. Each card gives an additional 7% defense instead of attack boost. And the set increases attack by 42% of the defense, and you get a nice little 3% PG gain whenever you kill an enemy. Great for PvE, but the choice set is this one, in my opinion, because again, she creates openings, so you don't need guard break for this character. So let me slap this overpriced battle card back in the day. At least it was. Went too far back in the day. Back one screen, I should say, and that gives her almost 45,000 CP at this level, with over 200, almost a 250,000 HP, 33,000 attack, and 28,000 plus defense. That is crazy talk, you guys. So with this specific build, including the Imprint stones, I would highly suggest the Mr. Big or Kaya set. Now, the wonderful thing about Lady Big is she is extremely user-friendly. From the first time she gets hit, as a reminder, right now, 6 seconds from this moment, we should both catch a stun. Not only that, you saw whenever I had my feet on the ground, there you go, 6 seconds. You saw whenever she used her skill 2, my feet were still on the ground, I was able to use my skill 3, which also gave her hyper armor and push forward, starting my combo. That is the wonderful thing about Lady Big. She's user-friendly to the point where she creates her openings, whether it's the Reflect Stun or the forward pushing skill 3. This one, caught me with a super. Never mind. Not going to be able to roll out of that, but as soon as my feet touch the ground, skill 3, boom. Just push through, create an opening, and finish up. Excellent character. The great thing about Lady Big is that her kit allows her to be very versatile. You can play either defensively or offensively. With her skill 3, it gives you that option to create openings, along with her 6-second stun. Also, she is a combo queen, so it's been about 6 seconds. See, she caught a stun, and I'm going to finish up with basics, where keep in mind that the third basic picks people up from the ground. So does her skill 1, which also gives her a 38% defense into attack bonus. And again, all of her skills, whether it's the poison or the attack increase or her core extra 50% damage off of crit, is all based off of her defense stat. That's why I have boosted it as much as possible. Now, the wonderful thing about the Reflect Stun on Lady Big's Fever Core is that it can also save you if the opponent launches a super move within that time frame. See how it messed up my nameless? But Senpai, you're boring us to death. Okay, so would fighting a level 34 star K with over 51,000 CP be a little bit more interesting, everybody? This is one of my guild members, Polo G. He's got the Ryugo set, one of the crit cooldown cards, and a defense cooldown card, and of course the new 5-tier battle card. Jesus. This, and of course they're all level 10. This is insanity. So, would this be a nice wake-up call to go against this individual in a PvP? Ha. Wake up, everybody. Let's go. Alrighty. Since y'all have been so patient this whole video, and I know that it was probably about 30 minutes, I'm going to play up against Polo, and it looks like he has 2 level 30 awakened new characters and a level 48 Lady Big, all presumably have level 10 stones on them.
Round 1.
Shit. You want to trade places, man, or accounts? I mean, you should be putting out the content because your people are built. Let's see if I can try to finesse you a little bit. Alright, got my skill 3. Saw my opening with a Reflect Stun right there. Remember, 6 seconds after getting touched. 2 second stun. Bounce you a little bit, hit you with 1 basic, and 3 tier now. He wants his wings to get away from it. I still have hyper armor, but I'm running around like a goddamn idiot because he disabled my roll. Alright, get my skill 3 back. Good slide, good slide, good slide. Move into basics, and use the skill 3, the grab skill, to push through my skill 1 projectile, and he finished with the regular 3 tier. Well done. Okay. So, Nameless, let's lead with a skill 3 to get that damage immunity. I clipped him with the very end of it, but I rolled out of there, and I disabled his roll, so he couldn't do too much. Finished with a skill 2. Okay. And he's such a beast, he gets back up. Of course. Level 4 star K. Ridiculous. Backpedal, hit with skill 2, he didn't, or skill 3, he didn't skill 2. I see Leona using her skill 2 as Vol.1 with super armor, and I'm gonna use my regular 3 tier. Being the strong element, this should be able to clinch it. If not, I will have all my actives ready. Okay. Now, to go against the monster who is also my strong element, a level 48 Lady 0. Clipped her with my skill 3 and hit her with my skill 1. Now, for Nameless's skill 1, that's also the one that disables roll. Same with, Jesus Christ. Same with, say, Elizabeth's skill 2. Now, it's a pretty safe bet in most situations after you hit somebody with a skill that disables their roll to finish through with basics, giving your actives a chance to reset. You lead with a skill 3, giving homemade hyper armor with her 3-second on-touch damage immunity, and the hyper armor with her skill 3 naturally occurring on push button. So, combo. Yes! He hit his wing, but he did not roll. So I'm gonna hit with skill 1 right now, and oh no, this could be bad. This could be bad. And here come all of his skill sets, probably on top of that. 0.31%? Oh my god! Great game! Wow, that was great game. Great game, Polo. To be continued. Bum bum bum! Well, everybody, That was an epic battle, I must say. So, on that glorious note, I will end this video. I know y'all invested so much time into it, just watching and learning, but I hope that it has at least pointed out a few things about Lady Big. Hopefully one or two of those things you found useful, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you really liked this material and you really like my material in general, please check me out on patreon.com/YTSenpaiRai. And this, once again, is my first installment of a how to play video, with, of course, the case study being this little vixen right here, Mrs. Lady Mr. Big herself. So, I hope that everybody has a wonderful night. And again, this has been your guy, Senpai Rai, saying I'm out, you guys. Hope that y'all have enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time.